viewers, welcome to my channel. This is where I care counseling outreach, and of course I still remain your online counselor. My name is Rachel. If you are new here, don't forget to join the family by hitting the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that whenever we post, you will be the first person to see it. Today we are going to be talking on reasons for divorce. However, divorce is now widely in existence in our contemporary society. Before we talk about the reasons for divorce, let's first define divorce. Divorce can be defined as a legal dissolution of marriage by a law court or other competent bodies. I'm going to be listing two major types of divorce. Number one is contested and number two is uncontested divorce. Contested divorce can be explained as when both couples or couples involved are finding it difficult to come to an agreement. They are both at loggerhead to come to an agreement on certain issues that are needed to be talked about after the divorce. Issues like properties, finances, children custody, and so on. Here are some factors to look out for. Number one is time consuming and complicating. When we talk of time consuming, it's something that is lengthy. You can't just go today that I need a divorce today and you get it today. Because you and your spouse or your intending divorce spouse are unable to come to an agreement. So you people will occasionally visit the courtroom. Number two is it involves lengthy legal battles. You people have to continually visit the courtroom just because you people are having battles of coming to an agreement or reaching an agreement. Number three is that you need a legal practitioner to represent your own interest. Since both of you are unable to reach an agreement based on your interest, you need a legal practitioner to come to an agreement to be able to reach those interests of yours. Number four is very expensive. For you to get a legal practitioner, you need to pay for it. You will not just pick somebody and say, don't worry, just help me, and just do it for me. It is very expensive. So for every time you and your legal practitioner visit the courtroom, you pay for those services. Then number five is it is emotionally draining. Because you have to keep visiting the courtroom, you are emotionally drained, you are physically drained, and it might affect your mental ability. So here are those factors to look out for when it comes to contested divorce. So number two, which is uncontested divorce. Here the couples reach an agreement on their finances, their interest, their properties, their child custody. An agreement is being met. Here are some factors to look out for. Though you need a legal mediator to come in between both of you to represent both of you's interests, the legal proceedings are less. They are not as large or as lengthy as a contested divorce. It is less expensive, it is less emotionally draining, and it is less financially consuming. In this case, a legal mediator have or need to draft a settlement agreement where both couples sign in agreement with the drafted settlement. Let's talk about the legal grounds for divorce, because there are legal grounds for divorce. Ground. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it well, but just manage me the way I am. Number one is I'm going to talk of two. Number one is faulty divorce. Is when one of the spouse is accusing the other spouse of misconduct or wrongdoing, which could include abandonment, adultery, abuse, cruelty, and so on. You can add to the list. So when one person is claiming that this other person is not doing right by me, that is faulty divorce. Meaning the person is not satisfied with the reaction or actions he is getting from his or her spouse. Don't forget we are talking of legal ground. So when we talk of this faulty divorce, you have to provide, or the petitioner, the person petitioning is called a spouse, need to provide proof or evidence that, okay, this person is mean to me, this person is misbehaving, this person is a cruel person, this person is emotionally, physically assaulting or abusing me. You have to provide evidence, you have to provide proof this divorce is lengthy because you have to occasionally keep visiting the courtroom with evidence. It is emotionally stressful because you have to look for proof, you have to look for evidence. It is physically stressful, it is psychologically stressful, it is time consuming. So you have to think deep when you want to go into faulty divorce. Number 2, which is non-faulty divorce. This one does not require any proof. Here the couple just come to an agreement and say, okay, oh, this marriage is irretrievably broken and it is beyond reconciliation. So let's just go in peace. We are falling out of love with each other. We no longer love ourselves. We can no longer live together as man and woman. So no proof, no evidence. So it is not lengthy. It doesn't require much emotional stress just to dissolve it. Let's get the icing on the cake, which includes the reason why we have been seated here and listening to all my English. Reasons for divorce. Number 1 is infidelity. When either of the spouse, either the male or the female, observe that, okay, this person is not faithful to me, or the person has a proof that this person is not faithful to me, the person can opt for divorce and say, I no longer want to be in this marriage. Number 2, lack of communication, whereby both parties find it difficult to effectively communicate their mindset, their problems, to share their worries or what they feel their partner is doing wrong, that they don't like it, and they find it difficult to communicate, to effectively pass the message. There can be problem. It can lead to divorce because you might just sit down there and be assuming things, or when you try to communicate with each other, you realize that, okay, it leads to verbal insult, and before you know it, physical assault or physical abuse is seated right in the middle of both of you. That can lead to divorce. Number 3, which includes growing apart. When you don't nurture your love, you don't water it. It's just like making plants. When you plant, you have to nurture, you have to water it. But when you don't nurture it, you don't water it, you just leave it there, it dries off, it withers away. You people drift apart. At the end of the day, that emotional connection, that affection is no longer sitting in between both of you. You people are now growing or drifting apart. So that can also lead to divorce. So take note of that. Number 4, which happens to be financial issue, is one of the largely cost reasons for divorce. When both spouses find it difficult to manage their finances, probably the man is feeling the wife is wasteful, or the wife is earning more than the man and she's feeling the man is wasteful. When you don't sit down to talk about your finances, you both can have serious issue or serious argument or serious fight that can lead to divorce. Number 5, which includes unresolved conflicts or arguments. I remember watching a program on YouTube, I think Porch or so, where Yvonne Jegede talked about how she and her husband normally have issues, and the man goes on hibernation mode, as in he goes mute on her. He doesn't talk to her because they have issues. Everybody's keeping malice, everybody's minding their business. That led to her divorce because she was tired. She was wondering, how can somebody be so comfortable keeping malice? When she was exhausted emotionally, she decided to pack her bag and baggages. She opted to her parents' place, and before you knew it, the marriage was over. So for couples or spouses who knows how to go on hibernation mode or malice keeping mode, please take note, it can lead to divorce. Number 6, which is abuse. Abuse in diverse form. Abuse can be emotionally, you can be emotionally tormenting somebody without even raising your hand, without raising your voice. You are emotionally peppering somebody, you are dealing with somebody. You can verbally be abusing somebody. When you hear somebody's body shaming me, my spouse is body shaming me, that's verbally. The person is abusing the spouse verbally and emotionally. You can also be physically abusing the person. That's, you are beating the person, you are fighting the person. When abuse is involved, either verbally, physically, emotionally, or any form, that can also lead to divorce. Number 7, which is different in values. When your value is different from my value is different from yours, you are seeing something as all shades of wrong, and I am seeing it as all shades of right. You are seeing this as purple, I am seeing this as black. Our agreement is conflicting. We are not agreeing. We are not coming to an agreement. Two of us cannot work together except we have agreed to do so. Meaning divorce can occur or will occur if both of us cannot reach an agreement or cannot come together with and manage each other's value to meet an agreement. Number 8, which is substance abuse. We talked about emotional abuse, verbal abuse, and physical abuse. Now we are going to talk of substance abuse. When you notice your spouse is an alcoholic person or is a drug addict, that can lead to serious conflict in the marriage, which can lead to divorce. Because when somebody is a substance abuser, it can lead to physical abuse. So in most cases, substance abusers tend to lead to physical abuse. So when one or both parties are abusing drugs or substance, there is issue. Divorce can occur if the other party is not in agreement with that substance abusing. Number 9, I'm sorry I brought this down. I was supposed to lift it up safe. Lack of intimacy. When you and your spouse are not sexually bonded, if people's sexual life is dead, it can lead to divorce. Sexual abilities helps to connect both spouse emotionally. So when that is absent, the emotional connection is out of it and any other thing can creep in. Number 10, which is the feeling of unfulfillment. When one spouse is feeling this person just married me and is fulfilling his own dream or her own dream, and I am left behind, I'm not fulfilling my dream. All my goals and aspirations are dead. So I just married to become the husband or the wife. This is however common with women because they feel I'm not fulfilling my dreams. I'm not achieving my goals. All I do is babysit, nurture the house, keep the house clean. I'm not achieving my dreams. They feel they are not fulfilled in the marriage. And if there is no serious counseling or therapy or conversation between both spouses, divorce can occur. Divorce is inevitable. So the last but not the least, number 11. Okay, let me add extra one finger from outside. Number 11 is empathy and kindness. When picking a spouse, we always advise that you pick a kind person because kindness goes a long way to help you emotionally and physically. When somebody tells you positively or motivates you positively that you can do it, I'm telling you, you'll be able to do it. And when the person is nice to you, when the person shows that empathic feeling for you, you will love it. I see cases of women complaining that after childbirth, their spouse has been dealing with them, has been reacting to them negatively. That falls under kindness and empathy. When you don't marry a kind spouse or somebody that has that empathic feeling, trust me, it's going to be very difficult for you to manage. So when you marry somebody who doesn't have empathic feeling, who is not nice or kind, who is not kind, let me use the word kind, let me not use nice, who is not kind, divorce can occur. And here we come to the end of today's outreach program, and I still remain Rachel, your online counselor. Don't forget, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we are on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to book a counseling section with us. We're available for counseling. Bye bye.